Welcome to Entrepreneurial Edge. Today, we're delving into the surprisingly colorful history of Volkswagen. You might think you know VW, the Beetle, the Golf, maybe even that camper van your aunt swore was cool back in the 70s. But trust me, there's more to this German giant than meets the eye. We're talking about corporate espionage, wartime shenanigans, record-breaking cars, and even a certain Mr. Chris Pratt getting his hands dirty. Buckle up, because we're going on a 15-point joyride through the history of Volkswagen.
Our story begins in the 1930s Germany, amidst economic turmoil and the rise of the Nazis. Adolf Hitler wanted to create a people's car, affordable and reliable. Enter Ferdinand Porsche, who designed the Volkswagen Beetle, or KDF-Wagen. Hitler provided the initial push, wanting a car for the Autobahn, which ironically wasn't finished before the war started. Typical, really. The Beetle's iconic rounded shape wasn't original. Czech car maker Hans Ledwinka designed the Tatra T97, which looked strikingly similar. Ledwinka claimed Volkswagen stole his design. Volkswagen denied it, but after the war, they settled for 3 million Deutschmarks. Case closed. Although Ledwinka probably had a few choice words for them, the resemblance was too close to ignore.
After World War II, the Volkswagen factory was in ruins. The Allies offered it to Ford for free. Henry Ford turned it down, thinking Volkswagen was worthless. He couldn't have been more wrong. Ford missed out on a golden opportunity. It's enough to make you weep into your beer. Fast forward a few decades, Volkswagen is a global giant. But Porsche, the company, wanted to take over Volkswagen. They started buying shares quietly, but word got out. Share prices went haywire, and Volkswagen found itself in a corporate tug-of-war. In the end, Porsche's finances crumbled, and Volkswagen took over Porsche. Talk about family therapy gone wrong. It was a dramatic twist in the corporate world.
The iconic VW bus is now a collector's item. In 2014, a pristine VW bus sold for $235,000. That's a lot of money for a vehicle that probably smells faintly of patchouli. You could buy a decent sports car for that kind of money, or just paint some flowers on a used transit van.
The original Volkswagen Beetle's production ended in 2003. The last Beetle, named El Rey, received a royal send-off. It was a bittersweet moment, like saying goodbye to an old friend. El Rey now resides in the Volkswagen Museum, a testament to a car that captured the hearts of millions.
Volkswagen slapped a hefty price tag on a final edition Beetle, nearly $1.1 million. For that kind of money, you could buy a fleet of supercars. But hey, maybe someone really wanted a piece of automotive history, or just had a thing for the smell of old vinyl seats.
In 1949, Volkswagen tried its luck in America with 2 cars. Unsurprisingly, it wasn't a roaring success. Americans weren't ready for a small, oddly shaped car from Germany, but Volkswagen didn't give up. By 1955, they had established Volkswagen of America. The Beetle became a symbol of the counterculture movement.
Volkswagen Group owns a stable of luxury car brands. Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Porsche, Lamborghini, the list goes on. It's like finding out your mate with a beat-up Golf also owns Ferraris. Next time you see a Bentley, remember there's a bit of Volkswagen DNA in there. It's a bit of a head-scratcher, but fascinating.
Volkswagen's history during World War II is complicated. They benefited from forced labor, with 80% of their workforce being slave laborers. Volkswagen has paid millions in reparations and established a foundation for education and remembrance. It's a dark chapter, but they're committed to atoning for it. A long road to redemption.
In 1973, the EPA discovered Volkswagen's defeat device. It was designed to cheat emissions tests. The car ran cleanly during tests but polluted heavily in real-world conditions. Volkswagen was fined $120,000, a major embarrassment for the company, a reminder that even trusted brands can have a dark side.
In 2008, Volkswagen briefly became the most valuable company in the world. Porsche's share buying spree and the financial crisis drove up Volkswagen's stock price. But it was short-lived and their stock price soon crashed. Still, for a few weeks, Volkswagen was on top of the world.
In 2001, Volkswagen unveiled the W12 Nardo. It had a massive W12 engine and was built to break records. At the Nardo Ring, it set a world record for the most distance covered in 24 hours, averaging 200 miles per hour. Sadly, it never made it to production. But it showcased Volkswagen's engineering prowess.
Chris Pratt, known for his roles in Hollywood, is also a petrolhead. He spent over 12 years restoring a 1965 Volkswagen Beetle. Pratt documented the process on social media. For him, it was more than just a car. It was a labor of love, a reminder that even superstars can appreciate classic cars. The Guinness World Record for the most people crammed into a Volkswagen Beetle is 25, set in Australia in 2000. Australians love a good challenge, especially if it involves defying the laws of physics. It's a testament to the Beetle's surprisingly spacious interior and the human capacity for discomfort in the name of a good time.
So, there you have it, 15 things you probably didn't know about Volkswagen. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global giant, Volkswagen has had an interesting ride. They've built iconic cars, made questionable decisions, and broken a few records. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Entrepreneurial Edge. We've got plenty more stories to tell, so buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride.